This podcast contains mature content and listener discretion is advised.
Also, be advised, we are not medical professionals and this podcast is for entertainment purposes only.
Running through the streets, solving all the mysteries, crushes and aliens, lots of other crazy things, laughing all the way. All we know is we don't know Kayla and Maggie, breaking down conspiracies, learning all the way, searching through time and space. Kayla and Maggie, now that's done, let's crack a beer and
Welcome to Mystery Team Inc.
Are you ready?
I'm so excited.
Is it time?
I think it's time.
And we're in.
Wait, hold on. I had a whole plan for that.
Okay, go
Okay,
ahead.
ready?
Well, are you mad at me?
Yes.
You were dancing.
I know I was dancing. I was going to do this.
You left me wide open. Go ahead.
I was going to go, and we're in.
Ooh, welcome to Mystery Team Inc. Halloween.
A Halloween special.
We love a Halloween special.
We love Ween.
What did we do last year?
The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, right?
Yeah. Was that last year?
Nope. Last year I did.
Did we do Twilight?
It was no.
Trick or Treat.
No. Last year
How many years
you
have we
were
been doing
gone.
this?
So I did
Oh, that's right.
I did The Exorcism of Roland
Yes.
Doe with spooky bitch Kelsey Bullock.
Yes. Year before that.
The year before that we
Twilight?
did Sleepy Hollow. Oh fuck. No.
Yeah. Right?
God, why
Twilight, Sleepy Hollow.
It was Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat.
Twilight. No, Trick or Treat. This is not interesting.
This is an unsolvable question. There's no way to know.
There's no way to look
How
this
could
up.
we possibly find
But
out?
I know we have done Trick or Treat. We've done Sleepy Hollow.
Yes.
We've done Twilight.
Yes. This reminds me, this actually is an unsolvable problem. If you listen to the show on Spotify and the first 50 episodes have disappeared, that is a Spotify glitch and we're working to fix it. So
Yes.
if it's still like that when you're listening to this,
We're sorry.
Yeah, something is awry, but we will fix it. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. I have a present.
Oh, yeah.
If we want to start there.
I do want to start there.
Okay.
And if you're watching on YouTube, you can see the present. I'm sure we'll post on the Instagram
Yeah.
too.
Okay. Close your eyes.
Okay. Do I put out my hands?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
It's oh, I love it. Oh, it's beautiful.
It's cute because it's meditating.
Oh,
and you love to
I
meditate.
meditate. That's amazing.
Yay. And you have to put it on.
I am.
Is it very low quality? Did I get it for $9 on
Depends.
Temu?
Depends on
Your
how you
definition
define
of-
low quality. On Temu.
House of Temu.
Get yourself a friend like Kayla, though, because she was like, I have a present. And then I was like, have you washed it? Because Kayla knows that I always get like hives from, oh my God, so cute.
They dance.
Wait, Kayla's are dancing. That's amazing. I always get like hives from unwashed clothes. And also am really sensitive to like laundry detergents with scent. And I text her and I was like, should I wear something that I can wear under the surprise? Or like, did you have time to wash it? And she goes, I rinse and spun it like 5 times. I didn't use my detergent because it's scented. Get yourself a friend who knows your weird skin problems.
I almost texted Andy and was like, hey, can we do a handoff? And will you do a secret load of laundry for me? And then I'll come pick it up from you again.
Hilarious.
But I was like,
no,
I think
this is
I'll just
amazing.
rinse and spin it a lot.
Rinse and spin. Nailed it. Oh my God, we're spooky.
We're cozy.
We're here. We're cozy.
We got pinkins on our shirts. And we're
Puntins?
about to do something fun.
Yeah, let's do something fun. So
How do we explain ourselves?
what's happening here? The spookiest thing to us is AI. several years ago, when AI was just a wee lad,
But a wee.
just a sparkle in a robot's eye. Did you see Elon's
Yep.
robots?
The one that
Why
says,
would you build the robots from iRobot? They literally look
They look-
exactly like the robots from the movie about robots.
Someone better sue him. Who's the
taking
production
over.
designer on that movie?
Taking over. And you know what's extra funny about it? The problem, I mean, there's a lot of problems with AI, like how it uses up like a city's worth of power to generate like a buff cat saving a child from a river. But like
Worth it.
but like my big thing about AI is like when AI bros take a bunch of like James Cameron movies or like Spielberg movies and then they like make it worse. They're like, what if it was from like further away and you didn't know what shot composition was? And then they're like, put it all together and they're like, AI just made Terminator or whatever. And you're like, no, James Cameron or like Steven Spielberg made a movie. You took all of the
You trained it.
imagery. You took all the imagery. You made it worse. And then you called it like a masterpiece that AI made. And then Elon did that with the robot from iRobot. Like they couldn't even like design an original robot. They had to like steal the idea for the robot from the movie about robots. Like this is
I
why
would have done
artists
a,
are
like-
important.
I would have done a like beep boop Judy from the Jetsons.
Me too.
What is
Rosie.
Rosie from the
100%.
Jetsons. It's just so
Dog,
uncreative.
his wife.
And I hate that it's annoying. Like the robot's annoying.
And it's also not AI. They're the ones that they unveiled are operated by people. So
I knew it.
did you see the bartending one?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
I saw the one where there's like a bro in the street talking to it, and it's like, "Where are you from?" And he's
Mhm.
like, "Wherever." And
Yeah.
he's. I mean, it's so annoying.
Someone asked one of them, like, how much of you is AI? And it was like, I don't think I can say that. And then he was like, but like some or none. And it was like some.
I am convinced
It's
that
just
it's
people.
just people in.
It's like pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yes, they're like
They
10
haven't
feet
figured
away.
out the technology yet.
Yeah,
But the like for the prototype, they're just like, yeah, we'll just have people with joysticks.
yeah. It's like when he shot the Cybertruck and was like, "It's bulletproof," and it immediately shattered.
Yeah, correct. Anyway, that's the scariest thing. You're welcome. Happy Halloween.
A white man underperforming and succeeding anyway.
Yes.
Terrifying.
So back when AI was but a wee baby, this company called Botnik made a book. They used early AI was just predictive text keyboards, basically. And so they trained it on Goosebumps Choose-Your-Own Scare books. And then they used it to write its own Goofbumps book. It's called Give Yourself Goofbumps. Reader beware, you choose the scare. Number 6, welcome to Sandhands. And we, as you all know, for many years, we have longed to return to our roots of doing Choose Your Own Scare Goosebumps books, but Scholastic won't call us back. So today for Halloween, we are doing a spooky reading of Goofbumps Choose Your Own Scare. Welcome to Sandhands by Botnik.
I'm gonna cry. I'm so excited.
We read this many years ago with Maggie Herskowitz, by the way. Shout out Maggie Herskowitz. And it like some of the jokes from it still live in our inside joke vernacular to this day, but I have no recollection of what actually happens. So
No, none.
there are 20 different scary endings.
Let's see if we can get to all of them.
Let's see if we can get to any of them.
without dying.
We're going to die. It's fine. So the way this works, for those of you who weren't on Live AF 10 years ago, is one of us will read up to a decision point. The other person will make the decision because we used to have the audience choose.
Mm-hmm.
And we could have the audience choose, but it would be way too complicated because we're not live. So the other person will choose, and then they will read up to the next inflection point. and then the other person will choose and read. Kayla, would you like to start or shall I start? Should we flip a coin?
Let's flip a coin.
Okay.
Should we do
We
an
can do it on the internet.
coin?
Flip a coin.
I was like, when's the last time you had a coin?
Okay. Heads or tails?
Tails.
Okay. It's tails. We didn't assign anything.
Okay, do it again. If I win...
No, let's just do one of us is heads and one of us is tails.
Oh,
Whoever
okay.
will read first.
I want to be tails.
Okay, great. If I win, I get to decide. It's tails. So
Okay.
you will start. Do
Okay.
you want to read the disclaimer?
This first page on the
Mhm.
left,
Mm-hmm.
it says, this work of parody includes content that is not appropriate for children.
There you go.
Page 1. Beware! Do not read this book from beginning to end. Noted.
Italics.
Italics. Frogs. Why does it have to be frogs? You're psyched for some school time, but your cousin made you miss the bus. Now you'll be late for sports. No problem, she says. You can just do walking through zombie forest. Do you dare... Do you dare beat feet through scary woods? If you do, you might get a magic sword or even a soda can from a ghostly horse. But how will you hold either when your hands are made of sand? Maybe you should stay home where the toys are. But be careful. You could wake up one day and find yourself married with vampires. This scary adventure is all about you. You decide what will happen and how terrifying the scares will be. Start on page 1. Then follow instructions at the bottom of each page. You make the choices. If you choose well, you might strike a mummy in the face. But if you make the wrong choice, beware. So take a deep breath, cross your fingers, and turn to page 1 to give yourself goosebumps. I don't think it's okay that we have to eat yogurt every day, your cousin complains. You keep your mouth shut. You like yogurt.
I do.
It's Thursday morning, and you and your cousin Zoe are choking down breakfast before classrooms. Zoe's been staying with you ever since your aunt was stabbed by that man. And she's way, way cool. She's just as tall as you are, and she has the most amazing scent you've ever seen. Sometimes you bump into her on purpose. Eat the fruit at the bottom before you're covered in late, your mom says as she hurries down the stairs.
Mom?
You're not too young to get the hook, you know? You've never seen the hook, but you know that's a threat. Come on, Aunt Mom, Zoe whines. Can't we have some fun foods instead? Shh, you shush her. Your mom scoops some cheese sauce into her purse.
Relatable. Mom goals.
And promises to be home in time for dinner. Orange peels and schmear. What's schmear, you wonder? But she's already out the door. I'm not going to eat the rest of this, Zoe tells you once your mom's out of ear distance. Un-oh. Ha ha, very joke. You reply.
We still say that.
We do. Sometimes Zoe's sense of humor isn't so cool. Chomp down or we won't be at school. School is so cool, you think. You can barely believe you get to go somewhere so cool. Miss Feeble is your favorite teach lady because she cries like a wimp every single day. Your school books are really heavy, like bricks made of facts. And you have friends, Brad.
You have friends.
Oh, sorry.
Brad.
Let me go back. Your school books are really heavy, like bricks made of facts. And you have a friends, Brad. It's hard because my brain wants it to be
fix
right.
It. Yeah, your brain will fix it. Yeah.
You and Brad are just alike. He's exactly the same height as you, and he loves your cousin's feet. You met him
We are not the same.
We are not the same. You met him last summer at a lip smacking contest. Brad won, of course, but you got a couple of good smacks in, too. He has a sarcastic remark for everything, but unlike Zoe, he never goes too far. I'm the king of not kidding, Zoe insists. Let's make garlic bread or peanut butter pancakes. You can't believe it. She's serious. You have to admit it. It feels like a pancakes kind of day. But the batter crate is empty. You'd have no choice but to call Pancakes Rocky, who used to be your stepdad.
It's like Johnny Longlegs. Pancakes Rocky, my former stepdad.
It's funny because my cat's name is Pancake.
I know.
And Maggie's dog is named
Maggie
Rocky.
Herskowitz has a dog named Rocky.
Pancakes Rocky. There just isn't plenty of time. We can't, you tell her. Sal, the bus driver, hates me. And he'll be here in the next few... Wait. Is that the sound of rubber wheels and yellow? Ah! And then at the bottom it says, run to the window and check on page 3. It's the school bus, all right, and it is definitely arrived. The doors screech open, and Sal smiles when he notices you're not there. Looks like the cowboy of nerds will be lassoing his own way to school,
New
he
nickname.
guffaws. The cowboy of nerds.
Cowboy of nerds.
You stifle a laugh. That's really funny.
At least you have a sense of humor about yourself.
I know. Sal disappears into the darkness, and the bus stop fades away.
Why is it dark out?
I don't have answers.
Why does the bus stop fade away?
Why-
That's where we're
Why
standing.
is Sal so mean to this child?
He hates him.
Why?
It's been explained already.
You're right. This isn't good luck, for sure. You have the biggest basketball game of your life today. You're playing against the Splintery kids from Woodpanel Lake, and Brad will be counting on you and your famous sandpaper pass to do a dunk. Brad is your favorite player. I'm not sure what to do, you cry. You're pathetic. Don't be wet, Zoe tells you. We can just go to school on foot. That will take us forever. Not if we take the shortcut, she smiles. Gulp. Zoe's right. If you take the bridge over Zombie Forest, you'll reach your school in time. But the putrid smell of decaying flesh is just too much to think about right now. On the other hand, if you decide to stay put, you will miss some great sports. And your mom might crumble your face. What are you going to do? You can take the bridge, or you can stay at home.
I would like to take the bridge.
Great. Go to page 52.
We'll take the long brown way to school, you stammer. Brad will be disappointed if I don't. Let's go, Zoe replies. The two of you head towards the creepy corpse bridge. Zoe's outfit is right on, and you think that you're brave. You pass an old dog with a microphone. What could it have to say that needs to be louder, you wonder? Wait.
That's my favorite part.
Me too. Wait, what could it say at all? You turn back toward it in horror as it begins to announce its top 400 picks for the worst things about you. Number 1, you're ugly. The dog begins. Number 2, your skin is gross. Number 3, you're a real gem of a wimp. I'm not sure about this, you tell Zoe. I think screams are approaching. Don't worry, Zoe says. We will never die. Number 4, the dog continues. You always lose your balance. Number 5, you're about to get rid of your life. Gulp. You and Zoe reach the rickety wooden bridge that spans Zombie Forest. Above it, a sign reads, "This way to your horror." You feel a stinging sensation in your balls. By the way, you're a guy in this. What are you waiting for? Zoe teases, flipping her baseball cap around backwards. Are you afraid of here? I'm not afraid of anything, you lie. I'm just hungry. There's an apple tree on the bridge, Zoe laughs firmly. Old White Teeth is right. You can squint at that tree from here. Today is very unlucky.
Old White Teeth.
You feel lightheaded as you start across the bridge. The creaking of the planks makes your heart shake. Maybe I am hungry, you think, as Zoe playfully shoves you forward. Come on, scaredy belly. Eat your weight in fruit. Eventually, you're standing next to the tree. You grab a handful of apple and turn it up to your face. Then, just when you're about to bite in, you hear the king of rodents whisper in your ear, "Aye." What was that sound? You ask bravely, even though you don't want to be poisoned. Eats it up, you snag stick, Zoe replies. You're hungry, but are you that hungry? If yes, turn to page 18. Otherwise, turn to page 16.
Are we hungry, but we're not that hungry?
The king of rodents has just whispered IE in your ear, for
I
what
think-
it's worth.
I think maybe I'm not that hungry.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
You decide you're not that hungry. You collapse to the ground and beginning cowering like a wormy rat before any of the actually scary things happen. What are you doing? Zoe asks. A reasonable question indeed. I can't get away from a tree fast enough, you mutter, glancing back with the kind of terror only a real coward can exhibit. Your cousin looks disgusted. You begin slithering away. A wimp. A giant exercise in quietly giving up. A voice of the kids who turned out afraid of any trouble at all. The tree shows its fruit with confidence, and you sigh jealously. As well you should. The tree is right. The tree is mighty. And you are a big, cowering bag of gelatinous blobs with a small shaking skeleton in the middle.
True.
Put down this book and sob. You are not made for adventures. The end.
Oh my God, that was savage. Okay, let's go back. You're hungry, but are you that hungry?
I'm that hungry.
Yes.
Hold on, I got lost. You do what you're told and devour the apple, but good. Seeds are fruit bones, you say sadly as you throw away the core.
I love the line reading.
Thank you. You and Zoe start to continue walking when a big wind blows up from below. The bridge starts swaying wildly, and the zombie smell makes you want to puke. Hold on, Zoe says sarcastically. I am, you joke. You're gripping the ropes tightly, but they feel strange. The ropes don't really feel like rope. It's like the ropes are made of gravel, only smaller. The ropes feel like sand. What is the deal with these ropes, you wonder? Then you look down. You realize your hands are now made of sand. Yes, you've got sand hands, and there's no going back.
Welcome to Sand Hands.
To play it down to your cousin, turn to page 15. That's the only choice. Do you want me to keep going?
Yeah.
What's wrong? Zoe asks. Are your hands okay? You need to prove to Zoe that your hands aren't made of sand. You take off your backpack and pull out your basketball. I'm so happy with these pink feelers, you yell. Watch them drool. You start your bouncing, and it's not too hard. Sand is actually a lot like skin. Zoe starts cheering. Maybe I shouldn't be scared at all, you think. Then you smell a terrifying smell. A huge gust of wind shakes the bridge like a heart, and you fall over. Oh no, the ball!
What happened to the rodent king?
He just had one thing to say, and then he was out.
Aye.
Okay, go to page 36. The ball rolls off the swinging bridge and into the forest below. It's not a good thing.
No.
You explain what happened to Zoe. She says she knows. The red apple you ate earlier must have been sand magic. Well, duh. That's a way important ball, you tell her. It's very lucky. If I go to school without it, Brad will hate me. You run to a payphone and...
These books were, the Goosebumps books were written in the 90s.
But where is the payphone?
It's on the bridge.
It's just on the bridge?
Yeah.
Okay. You run to a payphone and dial the operator in desperation. But the voice on the end...
Why would you call? Okay, keep going.
But the voice on the other end is that of you. How may I help? You ask you. You hang up immediately because you know you won't be able to help. Because if you could, you wouldn't have needed to call the operator in the first place.
It's giving soothing existential night radio.
Yeah.
You call and it's you.
And you're like, I know I won't be able to help me.
Save that for a future SNXR where we like take a caller and it's us.
Yes. That's genius. Okay. I wasn't any help, you tell Zoe in a panic. Okay, let's go find it then, she replies. Then you stutter, but what if zombies?
Why is then the word from that?
You don't really have a choice. Here are the choices. To search zombie forest with Zoe, turn to page 32. To be a coward, turn to page 6.
I'm going to search zombie forest because I've learned what being a coward gets me.
I forgot that this whole book is just like negging you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, page 32.
Let's do it, you say. Let's do it, you say weekly. Yeah. It's a bunch of E's and A's and H's. You're terrified, but not scared. It's like being afraid of something heavy. You and Zoe head toward the elevator, and Zoe presses the button with her right thumb. It lets out a spooky ding, and its doors creak open. There's an elevator, by the way. Maybe it's your imagination, but this elevator seems normal. You glance up at your cousin as the elevator starts moving. You think about having a baby with her, and she asks you to be a doll and wait until you're out of this mess. The elevator stops before you can protest.
Be a doll and wait till we're out of this mess.
The door slides open, and you are surrounded by zombies. Cover your brains on page 48. You and Zoe scream in unison. Brains, the zombies reply. There's a comma. Brains, comma. You punch the elevator buttons, but nothing happens. It must be destroyed. Do something to distract them, Zoe says. No. You're surrounded. There's so many of them. You can't see the forest for the zombies. But you can see a giant skateboard in front of you. It looks like it would be such a good idea to ride it. To hop on and try to do a little jump. Turn to page 42. To convince your cousin to wink at it weekly, turn to page 67.
I want to hop on and try to do a little jump.
Great.
Page 42. You step on the skateboard and do a big flip over the zombies. Awesome, you cry softly. Your cool trick distracts the zombies long enough for Zoe to escape the elevator, which is just a coincidence. She runs over to you and you're bored. Jump on, you tell her. It's giant. Zoe tries to get on the skateboard with you, but she's clumsy and falls in the mud. When she gets up, she looks like she owns a nasty guitar with strings made of filth. Play something dirty, you joke boy, you.
I'm going to start saying, you joke boy, you.
The zombies are catching up to you and Zoe. We'd better get going. Hurry over to page 82. The skateboard slowly glides down a slimy tunnel with you on it. It starts talking about how awful your eyes and mouth are to look at. You begin to feel very kidnapped. You glance over your shoulder, waiting for Zoe to escape. Come on, Zoe, you shout. The zombies' putrid flesh smells like robots and scabs. They smell terrible, and I'm all the way over here. When Zoe finally catches up, she stinks of zombie. I don't like the way you smell. Oh, sorry. I don't like the way you smell, you tell her calmly. It's taking every fiber of my being not to hurl. Zoe snaps. She raises her hand and punches you right in the talk circle. You're shocked.
The talk circle.
Are you going to take that? To take that, turn to page 133. To not take that, turn to page 55.
I'm going to take that.
Oh, okay.
Should I not?
I don't know. It's your choice.
No, I'm not going to take that.
Okay, great.
Because I'm not a coward.
Page 55.
Your face is painted with Zoe's handprint, and you're very upset. You can't hit me, Zoe, you bellow. It's not funny or cool. Zoe dumps her expression. Fine, she says. Find your own dumb ball. I'm out of here. You apologize faster than you can talk, but it's no use. Zoe karate kicks her way through the zombies and she's gone. Oh no, you're never going to make it out on your own. Your grandmother is stronger than you are. You're useless to your grandma and everyone at school. What are you going to do? To call your parents, turn to page 87. That's the only option. You don't have a cell phone. You try yelling, but that's stupid. Be less awful on page 53. You and your skateboard ride off quietly. A funny zombie chases you down the tunnel until it feels sore and it doesn't like anything about you. Now you're just wondering if you're weird. You feel bad for you. Do you hate me too? You ask the skateboard glumly. Yes. I guess you'd better walk to page 93. You feel a little hungry as you continue down the dark tunnel. You can't help wondering what you're going to eat if you can't find a way out. Bats? You tell yourself that licking bats isn't so bad. It tastes lousy, but it doesn't taste anything like owl. You hate owl. You think it's hopeless when, suddenly, you see a flash of light in the distance. I think that's the end of the horror, you think hopefully. It is. Or is it? A dragon blocks your way. He dangles you by your feet and announces in a hiss, you know, too often human reason barely explains the way people's lives really are. Wow, a surprisingly deep beast. Barf pants. I can't. Barf pants. You. Sorry. Hold on. I'm so sorry. I can't say it. Barf pants. You reply. You're an idiot. The dragon drops you on page 4D. I'm gonna cry.
My barf pants going.
Barf pants. You're an idiot. Squoosh! Your eyes land in a pile of gloppy yellow gunk in front of you. Well, at least I can't see anything, you laugh to yourself. The creature gets angry and starts calling you mean names like bathroom boy and worst idiot. Guess he didn't like your joke. It hands you your eyes. I want you to watch me as I eat your face and hands. My face is meat, but my hand is sand. You say gently. Good, the dragon spits back. Yikes. Your only hope is to distract him. You start flashing him sweetly as he begins applauding you. You have weird baby stuff, he exclaims over and over with a grin. You realize this guy is a Great Dane in a vest. I don't think we've ever gotten this. This storyline, I would have remembered it. You realize this guy is a Great Dane in a vest. I need to find a way out, you think. To play with the dog, turn to page 130. To run toward a loud rock, turn to page 81.
I would like to play with the dog.
Great, go ahead.
You rub the doggy on his scalp with your coarse, sandy hands. The animal grins and begins twisting and talking to you about his bowling league. You try to end the talking, but it just keeps going, on and on and on. What if he never stops, you think, beginning to panic? The dog seems to enjoy
in any social interaction.
This is me talking about kickball. People are like, what if this never ends? The dog seems to enjoy your nonsense and gives you an unexpected present, a collection of high-end suitcases. Only place I'm headed is school and probably later prison, you grumble, leaving them behind. You turned down that gift? The tunnel has ended and you are proud. Zoe can choke on your wrist. On the ground near your foot, you feel a note from your mom. You peer at it with one eye and it reads, "Could you be a dear boy and run to the store? I need liquid refreshment, but they have a thick accent and I'm running out of time.
Boomers.
You will."
Boomers, am I right?
Classic boomer. "And I am running out of time. You will obey me always. Love and games, Mom."
You will obey me. I'm signing off my future kids' lunchbox notes with that. You will obey me always. Love and
you.
games.
Ugh. Not very cool, Mom. You have a creepy story with tears and excitement. You can't do Mom helping. You swallow the note and put knowledge of its message in the don't think about again part of your brain.
Yeah.
Now.
We all have one.
That's like our can't bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to step outside. Go to page 61. The sun hits your face and warts, and you feel happy to be outside again. A voice calls you from beneath a waterfall. "Hey, over here. It's Zoe and the skateboard." You run over to inspect them. "We've been waiting for you," Zoe says. Somehow they are roasting marshmallows. Zoe is the overlord of campers. You apologize for before, and the skateboard gives you a thumbs up sign. The three of you are about to heave out when you hear a strange croaking. It couldn't be. Find out on page 57. Frogs. Why does it have to be frogs? You feel yourself beginning to panic. Wear us like a hat. They croak. We will help you to look hot.
Is Robert Durst in here?
Wear us like a hat.
That's right. He has like a New York accent.
You start flapping your arms like a bird and screaming for help. Don't freak. Importance of a comma here.
Yeah. It doesn't say don't freak.
It says don't, comma, freak. Zoe consoles you. You glance around the stone pit and yank some stones off the walls, all hard and sharpened like a rock man's teeth.
Sure.
Then
A good metaphor.
hard and sharpened like a rock man's teeth, like my heart. Oh, not true. I'm very soft. Then you throw it at the frogs. They shrink. You shrink. So you're shrunk now. You can keep going, but don't forget you're tiny. Don't
How
forget.
could I forget?
Don't forget to page 88. Zoe turns to you, eyes flush pink with anger. The skateboard starts rolling away. Why are you doing breathing? Zoe asks you. You think she might be mad about the shrinking thing. You need to lighten the mood a little. Fast. You pull out your water gun and spray Zoe in the face. Water drips down her head and everything, and her mouth slowly turns into smiles. She laughs. The skateboard laughs. You lower your weapon. The plan worked. Let's keep looking for the ball. I forgot we were looking for a ball.
We're supposed to be going to school.
I know, but the ball got lost.
I know.
Let's
It's very important and very lucky.
Yes. Brad will be so mad.
Yeah.
Let's keep looking for the ball, Zoe says finally, grinning from ear to ear. You both agree. But where? To look for the ball in the dark and creepy corpse-stinking jungle, go to page 51. To look for it over there in that clearing, go to page 125.
This feels like a trick fucking question.
It does feel like a trick question. We could always pick one and then we'd have to come back anyway.
That's okay. Yeah, let's do it. So let's go into the dark and creepy corpse-stinking jungle. If this is just back to the same pages, I'm going to lose my mind.
I was going to say, I feel like the clearing is the trick.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's going to be like, you fucking coward,
Yeah.
go home.
Whose
Okay.
book even is this? Let's go farther into the darkness, you tell the others. I want to see what happens in there. They both give you odd looks, but no one wants to be a jerk. Okay, the skateboard finally says with a shrug, and everyone starts walking to their deaths. Before long, you are lost, wading through 3 feet of trees, hungry and thirsty and stressed. I'm sorry, you cry. This was ridiculous. It's okay, Zoe consoles you. You never do the smart thing. The skateboard shouldn't have said yes. Me, the skateboard yells. It's not my fault. Why would you say that? Zoe rolls her eyes. Just forget it, she says. The skateboard is really angry at your cousin. It spins around quickly and begins strangling both of you. Luckily, it gets tired and stops after about 5 hours. Zoe is dead, though. The skateboard is gone and your cousin is nowhere. It's getting dark and cold. You want to sneeze, but you can't. You have to walk fast, but you don't know where. You try to ask the animals of the forest, but they are animals and bite you. Once they're finished finding your nerve, out comes trotting toward you a big undead man. Of course, you mutter, the zombies. Kid, is this adventure fun? The zombie lumbers along after you, like a rainbow-colored moose with fear for antlers.
I love that.
Me too. You try to pull its head off, but it's hard to get a grip when the beach is your hand. Then you have a brain flash. What is your idea? That depends. Did you meet a magician in a gold suit? If so, turn to page 71. Or did you meet a Great Dane in a vest? Then go to page 77.
We met a Great Dane in a vest. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Or was it the magician pretending to be a Great Dane in a vest?
We met a Great Dane in a vest. I think there is a story-line where we meet a magician in a gold suit because I do remember that from a long time ago.
Okay, so page 77. You are about to pet the beautiful zombie when, ouch, your foot is caught on something. You look down impatiently. Well, if it isn't the bloody top half of another undead cowboy having himself a bit of a chew. Get your own feet, partner, you snarl. You pick up the guy and hurl him in a spikes pit. You are cruel. You have yourself a quick sneeze. That's weird. You wanted to sneeze before. Suddenly, spooky germs blast through your blood and up to your brain. They melt your important thinking parts and turn them into moan and groan parts. Oh yeah, you guessed it, baby. It's zombie time. You are more revolting than ever before, and all you want is to get your mouth on some brains. The good news is that Zombie Forest is the perfect place for you. The bad news? You're stuck here for good. The end.
Let's go back.
Let's go to the clearing first.
Okay.
Page 125.
The three of you start walking over to the clearing. Hey, look, Zoe cries. It's the ball. You fly across the field as fast as you can run over to see. She's right. What a relief. You pick up your favorite flavor of sports and place it in your backpack. You're not going anywhere, you think in your mind. Now can we go to school? The skateboard asks. You are laughing when you reach the exit sign. It's been a long day, but at least you didn't see that many zombies. Then you hear a voice behind you. Excuse me, Dr. Dumpster, a rude man says. You recognize it as the bus driver from earlier in the adventure.
Sal.
I'm going to strangle you or something. Uh-oh. Turn around to page 106. Sal, the bus driver, is standing right in front of your eyes. I think he should maybe be more Brooklyn. I'm going to disappear you, kid,
Yeah,
he says menacingly. Why, you sputter? I'm not completely sure. Sal gives you 400 reasons. They're pretty good. The giant torture man approaches, extending his arms to the perfect length for chokes. Zoe and the skateboard stand to the side. Shouldn't you help me? You demand. Sal's fingertips brush your neck. This is it. You think, I'm going to die. Then you get an idea. Tell the truth. Did a magician dressed in gold give you a sword?
No. Turn to page 96. You raise your water gun and point it at Sal. Not so fast, you shout. Then you squeeze the trigger. Psst. And Sal opens his mouth. Thanks, geek. He says, I was incredibly thirsty, but now I can kill you without that distracting me. Bad luck. You thought you could win over the bus driver with a prank. Instead, you turned him into a strangling machine. Your face sure would be red if it wasn't so blue. The end. What's the first choice we made?
We took the bridge. We go to school. We were hungry enough to eat the apples.
Mm-hmm.
We searched Zombie Forest, which we do have to do, I think. Because when we were a coward, we didn't.
Mm-hmm.
We did hop on and try to do a little jump on the skateboard. We could run toward a loud rock instead of playing with the dog.
I think we should do that.
Okay, great.
Okay, to run toward a loud rock.
Mm-hmm. You turn and sprint toward the loudest rock you can see. Ow, my ears, cries the doggy as it scuttles off. It worked. You can do walking again. Yay. Now page 65. You finally reach the end of the long, dark tunnel. Daylight pours down your back. It is definitely a moment. You scan the clearing for your basketball, but you can't see it. No zombies either. You hear a loud plop in the water near the roller coaster. You glance at your watch. Water time, you think. A ghost horse gallops up to you and slaps you on the back. You are a terrible liar, Denny, it laughs, handing you a can of all-natural cane soda. Is the ghost horse Tommy Wiseau?
Yes.
You are a terrible liar, Denny. To explain that you aren't Denny, turn to page 120. To just roll with it for free soda, turn to page 127.
I'd like to roll with it for free soda. Hey, you're not Denny, the ghost horse shouts. Why would you lie? I'm also Denny, you lie. The ghost horse eyes you suspiciously. If your name is Denny, then you must have read the Goosebumps book, Don't Make the Firemen Mad. You don't really follow the ghost horse's logic, but you decide to play along. Maybe you'll get more soda. I'm a Denny. I've read it. Great. Then you must know the name of the wizard that Sid and Jenna trick into buying them fireworks. Can you remember the answer or guess? If you think his name was Gribbin the Wicked, turn to page 20. If you think his name was Glumph the Wizard, turn to page 95.
What do we think?
It's your choice.
He is a wizard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call him, but Gribbin the Wicked.
This is genuinely hard.
I think this is wrong, but I'm going to guess Gribbin the Wicked.
Okay.
The wizard's name was Gribbin the Wicked, you say hopefully. The ghost horse lets out an unearthly moan. Is that a good thing? Wrong answer, it cries. You lied. The ghost horse is very upset. You decide to lie some more. But my name is Denny. Maybe you're... No, the ghost horse interrupts. I'll not listen to any more of your lies. It picks up the phone and slams it to its ear. I'm going to tell your mom. She can pick you up. Tell your mom? Yeah, right. How can you get my mom? You ask with a wicked grin. You don't even know my name. I know it's not Denny. Gulp. Beg for mercy on page 97. Your mom picks you up by your shirt collar and drags you out of the forest by your fear. He's a good kid, really, the ghost horse begins to say. I don't think you should be too hard. It's none of your business. Boomers. When you reach the car, you see Zoe is already inside. She looks all worn out. I tried to run away, she whispers when you enter, but Aunt Mom was too fast. You drive in silence for a few miles before stopping at a drawbridge. A party boat full of old doctors is passing under. Your mom seems calm. She should be respected and obeyed. Who are these old doctors? When we get home, you ask nervously, what happens to us? You were late to school, she says slowly. You know what that means. Your eyes widen until they begin to tear. Zoe gives you some tape. You didn't know what the hook looked like this morning, but you're about to find out.
Oh.
The end. Now, which way should we go?
I want to meet that magician.
I know.
Let's see. What happens if we stay at home?
If I remember correctly, we become a stepfather to vampires. Remember? Because originally, when we very first did this years and years ago, we did choose that ending. And it was like, you stay at home, and then like eventually somehow you become a stepfather and all the baby vampires are on you.
Should we try that as our last one?
Yeah. I think that's time for at least two
One more.
more. Should we just guess the other name?
Yeah. The wizard's name was Glump the Wizard, you tell the ghost horse. Correct, it cries. The clue is in the name. You feel good for the first time.
Correct.
You really are a Denny, the ghost horse says, handing you another can of soda. Orange. You hear a splashing noise coming from near the waterfall, and the ghost horse jumps up with a start. Nope. And the ghost horse jumps up with start. It's probably just another zombie, you figure. The ghost tells you, oranges is the opposite of apples, and gallops away. You turn around to see what's wrong. Oh dear. You can't believe it. The noise you were hearing wasn't a zombie at all. It was a monster. You hear a monster or something by the waterfall. It looks like a monster too, and you're starting to feel nervous. It's me or the monster, you think to yourself as you start running closer. Your heart is beating like crazy as you approach the monster from behind. You pounce on the monster. Ah! It bellows menacingly as it falls face first into the water. You're on top of the monster now. It claws for its life, but it's no good. You're too big. Didn't we shrink?
Yeah, we did.
It doesn't look like a monster up close, but you're quite scared, so you hold its head underwater until it stops moving. The struggle doesn't last very long. You dust yourself off before turning the monster around. It's Zoe! She must have been playing a prank. You sure are hungry.
You just murder your cousin?
Yes. To think about what you've done, turn to page 28. To go find something to eat, turn to page 115.
We're hungry, so let's turn to page 115. You decide to grab a bite to eat. It's hard for you to focus on finding your ball and a way out when you're starving. Also, your hands are made of sand. Is that an orange tree you see in the distance? You hear an orange can really hit the spot. You run through the dense grass to the tree of your dreams. Hundreds of oranges, roaring with flavor. You can almost taste them with your mouth. Sweet. Then you notice something hanging from the tree next door. Green pears, one of your favorites. The sugary juice of the pear belongs on your tongue. It really does. You have two colorful fruits staring at you, but for some reason, you can only eat one. How will you choose? Did you tell the ghost horse your name was Denny? If you did, turn to page 8. If you didn't, turn to page 109.
We absolutely did.
We didn't.
We said our name was Denny.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops, I clicked the wrong one. Go ahead.
You lied to the ghost horse for soda, and it told you that orange is the opposite of apple. Since the apple gave you sand hands, you think maybe an orange will turn you back. Hey, it's worth a shot. You begin biting the orange and swallowing the parts that get in your mouth. Slowly, the orange turns into nothing as more and more parts pass through your face. Before long, orange is gone and you have survived hunger. You glance down at your hands. They're back to normal.
Wow.
Your hands are pink meat and you love it. Now you can find your ball and get out of here. You have a feeling that it's nearby. Maybe it's behind the orange tree. Brains. Oh no, that's brains with the period. A foul-smelling zombie is staggering toward you. Even worse, Zoe can't help. You're about to become zombie food, parentheses, brains. Disgust me, you scream at the sky. Fill me with revulsion. Slime, gunk, slabs of rotting mounds. I know no fear, only the nauseous truth of my being. To scream more, turn to page 108. To scream more and louder, turn to page 44.
Louder, I feel.
Scream more and louder?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Ah! You scream as loud as you can. The zombie approaches you and clutches your face while you explain what respect is. This looks like the end. Yuck, you hear a boy's voice say. He sounds cool. You turn your head cautiously. It's Brad, your best and only friend. Did somebody die in here? It stinks. Ha 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 ha. Brad, the forest must be where he does smoking. Was that you screaming, nerdo? Help me, Brad, you laugh. I'm suffocating from ear to ear. You can see Brad's examining this weird situation for the best angle. You can also see a thing in his hands. It's your basketball, and Brad's found it. Brad sees your eyeballs on the ball. He smiles at you. You know what that means. It's on. Watch Brad work on page 37. Brad snaps into some sort of super magic. He gives the zombie a good 1-2 with his feet before throwing the ball at his bony cheeks. The zombie slips. You're free. You pick up your lucky ball and pass the shot to Brad. He calmly throws it into a zombie's head and scores a point in your heart. Organs and fluids splash on your feet. You glance at him lovingly. I wish lips were so easily smacked, he grins. Run now to page 7. You are the best, you tell Brad in a tight voice. Come on, says Brad. Let's change this nightmare station. You and Brad soon find your way out of the tree jungle. Outside, a military helicopter is waiting for you. A huge cyclops jumps out and shakes your hand. Let's scramble some eggs, baby, he sneers, giving you a gun. To join the mission, turn to page 85. To shoot the cyclops in cold blood, turn to page 21.
I want to join the mission.
Me too.
Okay, great. The pig kid is in, you say curiously. Time to practice games of blood. The Cyclops opens the helicopter door and you jump into the pit. Another monster is sitting at the controls. He nods at you with his large, one-eyed head. That's Kip, says the original Cyclops. I'm Fainter. Have I filled you in on the mission? No, not yet, you say. Kip pulls a big lever and the helicopter enters the air. Remember a few years ago when a vicious bird sprayed Government House with sprinkles? Fainter asks, twisting your hair. You nod solemnly. Well, now he's back. Kip turns around and looks you in the eye. And he's brought some friends. 1,000 birds, Fainter says, shaking his head. Hundreds of thousands of sprinkles. You gulp. You desperately need more friends, but not the kind with feathers. The plan is to fly into the birds and kill them, Kip yells over the plan is to fly into the birds and kill them, Kip yells over the roar of the rotating blades. Sounds like a good plan, you think? Once the birds are gone, Fainter continues, it'll be your job to kill me and Kip. That's where you come in. Just then, Fainter gets a call on his cell phone. He puts it up to his ear and grunts a few times. Your stomach tightens. Who could it be? Finally, he puts the phone down. It's the bird, Fainter says. He's thinking of negotiating, but he'll only talk to Kip. Kip rolls his eye. There's some history there. Ever fly one of these beasts? He asks you with his muscles. Obviously, you reply, desperately in need of looking awesome. You take the controls and barrel into a mountain. Well, at least you have completed the mission. The end.
Incredible. We did it.
Oh.
Okay, do you want to really quickly stay home?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So just for reference, your mom has just left and Zoe says, we got to take a shortcut to school and you are going to now choose to stay at home.
Yes.
You decide to stay put. Bad idea. Your team loses the game by one dunk and Brad blames you. He moves away and you quit your ball. Without sports, you turn yourself into a drugstore. High school is a blur. You get a job at a diner and marry a mean woman with 2 kids. The kids are vampires. You wake up on a dark piece of cloth and there's a note from your wife. While she's knocking golf balls towards targets, you're in charge of the little vampire brats. Great, you think. I'll probably die. You go downstairs to see what your vampires are doing. Through the window, you glance and you almost scream. On the outside, always looking in. You can't believe your face. The vampires are in the backyard throwing around a big glass bottle of garlic. This is the last thing you need. You march outside. Be careful, you yell. What if that bottle was to break? The vampires don't listen. They never listen to you, and it's driving you bonkers. To accept that you're a joke to them and always will be, turn to page 111. To go over there and box their ears, turn to page 121.
I would like to accept that I'm a joke to them and always will be.
Go ahead.
There's no use trying with those vampires, so you head back inside. You hear the big one laugh. They don't have names.
You married into a family of vampires. You're the stepdad here, and the kids don't have names.
They don't have names. It's funny, but when your wife first told you she had vampires, you were excited. You'd always wanted to be a dad. 2 little bloodsuckers you could raise as your own. It sounded great, but that feels like a lifetime ago. The big one's laughing uncontrollably now, laughing at you. You should be used to it at this point, but you can't help it. You think you just might cry. This says distract yourself from the pain on 94. You'd swear vampires drink my will to live instead of blood, you joke as you sit down in front of the TV. It's a solid joke.
Ha, very joke.
You look through the listings, searching for something to take your mind off those undead bullies. There's nothing good on. You'll have to choose between watching reruns of Toothpaste Ninja or an infomercial for forehead cream. To watch that episode of Toothpaste Ninja where the soda goons steal his toothbrush. Whoa. I don't know why a brother
It's because
got
it's
in
word
there.
salad.
To watch that episode of Toothpaste Ninja where the soda goons steal his toothbrushes, turn to page 35. If you want to find out more about removing nasty wrinkles from your old man skin, also turn to page 35. Okay, 35.
You're watching the thing you chose to watch, but it's boring and you're feeling very sleepy. All of a sudden, you're in a maze. The maze is full of kids that all look eerily familiar. It's nighttime, but it's also the middle of the day, and rainbows spill forth from the children's mouths as they bicker. Then you realize they are you at each other age. And they are arguing about which one of them sucks the most. Suddenly, they all turn and point at you. You suck the most. You wake in a fright. It was just a dream. There's 2 human heads on the TV screen exchanging science sentences and only one you. But what could that dream have possibly meant, you wonder? That you suck? You start punching your eyes with tears. You do suck, and you know why. Nothing's happened right for you since you missed a day of school. You never should have stayed home. What were you scared of? You should have held your nose and walked. If you could just go back and choose again. Wait, did the TV man say something about time travel? Watch helplessly as the TV spews information all over your brain's brand new shoes on page 123. An old man wearing a white lab coat is talking strange. Below his face reads the words, Dr. Backpack, Time Scientist. You run over to the TV and press your ear to the screen. With my new invention, Dr. Backpack says, I can tell people to go through time, and they listen. You can't believe what you're seeing someone say. This guy can travel through time? I just push this button, and the person is sent to the future, the time traveler continues, or the past. The past, you think? That's more like it. You'd love to go there, but you do actually believe what Dr. Backpack is saying. It sounds completely crazy, dog. And then we have options. But we're going to end it there today, right?
Yeah.
I fear we also could do more of these in our Discord.
I fear you're right.
On Patreon.
I fear you're correct.
So if you enjoyed this and you want to hear more endings, because I think there's like 100
There's
endings.
20.
Okay.
It says it on the cover.
Oh. I don't do math. How many endings did we do? Like 10?
Maybe 5.
5? You think we only did 5 endings?
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to hear more of these, join the Patreon. And after this episode airs, we will read some more endings.
Oh my God.
Some more spooky Goosebumps endings.
Some choose your own scare goofbumps.
Some Goofbumps. The
Sand
link
hands.
is in the show notes and it's also in our Instagram bio. We would love to see you there. Thanks so much for coming to our spooky Halloween shenanigans.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
If you're in the Patreon, drop pics of your costume.
Yeah, and your pet's costumes.
Oh, yeah, obvi.
Thanks for being here.
We
You
don't know.
Stay in your lane. Buckle the buck up.
Ready?
I have to think about it. Yeah, I'm ready.
Mine's going to be really obvious.
Okay, mine too.
Okay, ready?
Sand
Sand
smooches!